In the year 2000, a new chapter began in American coinage history with the introduction of the Sacagawea $1 coin, a golden-colored coin. Unlike any that had circulated before, it carried not only a fresh design, but also a mission to reinvigorate the use of the dollar coin in everyday transactions. Yet what makes this coin truly fascinating is the deep story behind its creation, its symbolism, its rare varieties, and its hidden value in the collector's market. This is not just the story of a coin. It is the story of innovation artistry and the challenges of changing the habits of an entire nation. The idea for a new $1 coin in the United States emerged in the late 1990s after the Susan B. Anthony dollar, introduced in 1979, failed to gain widespread acceptance. The Anthony dollar was too similar in size and color to the quarter dollar, and many people confused the two in vending machines and cash registers. Congress decided that if a new dollar coin were to succeed, it would need a distinct appearance and a powerful cultural theme. Thus began the journey toward the creation of the Sacagawea dollar. The United States Mint announced a public design competition in 1998, inviting artists and engravers to submit concepts for the obverse and reverse of the new coin. The legislation required that the obverse feature Sacagawea, the Shoshone woman who assisted the Lewis and Clark expedition from 1804 to 1806, a figure of immense historical significance, representing not only exploration, but also the critical contributions of Native American people to the building of the nation. The winning design came from artist Glenna Goodacre, who portrayed Sacagawea with her infant son Jean-Baptiste Charbonneau cradled on her back, her gaze set toward the horizon. The reverse design, by Mint engraver Thomas D. Rogers Sr., featured a soaring American bald eagle surrounded by 17 stars, symbolizing the 17 states in the Union at the time of the Lewis and Clark expedition. The coin was struck in a distinctive golden color achieved by bonding a manganese brass cladding to a pure copper core, giving it a composition of 88.5% copper, 6% zinc, 3.5% manganese, and 2% nickel. When it entered circulation in January 2000, the Sacagawea dollar was intended to replace the paper $1 bill over time. However, the public continued to favor paper money due to its convenience, and the coin faced many of the same challenges as its predecessor, yet collectors quickly discovered certain varieties of the 2000 Sacagawea dollar that made it a target for numismatic interest. One of the most famous is the 2000 P Cheerios dollar, named for a special promotion in which the United States Mint partnered with General Mills to include the new coin in boxes of Cheerios cereal in late 1999 and early 2000. The Cheerios dollars are identifiable by enhanced tail feather detail on the eagle reverse, making them distinct from the regular 2000 P issue. Another valuable variety is the 2000 P Wounded Eagle dollar, which shows a die gouge running through the breast of the eagle on the reverse, giving the appearance of a spear wound. Other notable varieties include off-center strikes, double strikes, and coins struck on experimental planchets. Collectors also prize high. Great examples, especially those graded MS-68 or higher by professional services such as PCGS or NGC. The production of the 2000 Sacagawea dollar began at both the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint in late 1999 in preparation for its release to the public in January 2000. The Philadelphia Mint coins bear the P Mint mark, and the Denver coins bear the D Mint mark. The total mintage for circulation in 2000 was over 1 billion coins, making it one of the highest mintages for any modern commemorative style coin in United States history, despite the high production numbers. The actual use of the coin in daily transactions remained limited. Many Americans viewed the coin as a novelty and kept them as keepsakes rather than spending them. The United States Mint also produced proof versions for collectors struck at the San Francisco Mint with the S Mint mark. These proof coins were made using specially polished dies and planchets, resulting in a mirror-like surface and sharp details that appeal to collectors. The proof sets of 2000 that included the Sacagawea dollar have become popular over the years due to their pristine condition and limited numbers. The Sacagawea dollar was part of an aggressive marketing campaign by the Mint, including advertisements on television, radio, and print media, as well as promotional partnerships like the Cheerios giveaway. The Cheerios promotion was particularly interesting because each coin included in cereal boxes was sealed in a plastic package, with a printed insert explaining the history of Sacagawea. When numismatists later examined some of these coins, they discovered that the reverse design had an enhanced tail feather detail on the eagle that did not match the standard production coins. This led to the classification of the 2000p Cheerios dollar as a distinct variety worth hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars, depending on condition beyond this famous variety. Error coins from the 2000 issue have attracted significant attention. One notable error is the mule dollar, in which the obverse of a Washington state quarter was accidentally paired with the reverse of a Sacagawea dollar, resulting in a dramatic and extremely rare coin. These mule errors were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and only a small number are known to exist, making them worth tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Other errors include off-center, strikes, clipped planchets, and double-struck examples, each of which can command a premium in the collector's market. Especially in high grades, the coin's composition of manganese brass gave it a distinctive golden appearance, but also presented challenges in vending machines and coin sorting equipment. Some machines initially rejected the coins due to their electrical conductivity properties, which differed from the Susan B. Anthony dollar. This contributed to the slow adoption of the coin in commerce. In an effort to boost usage, the United States Mint worked with the United States Postal Service, the National Park Service, and various transit authorities to encourage acceptance and distribution of the coin. However, despite these efforts, the paper $1 bill continued to dominate circulation habits. The cultural symbolism of the 2000 Sacagawea dollar also deserves deep attention. The decision to honor Sacagawea was groundbreaking, as she became one of the few women and the first Native American woman to appear on circulating U.S. coinage. Glenna Goodacre's design captured both strength and gentleness, with Sacagawea shown looking over her shoulder while her infant son rests peacefully on her back. Goodacre used a 22-year-old Shoshone-Bannock college student, Randall Hidao Teton, as her model for the coin, giving the image authenticity and connection to contemporary Native American communities. This one rare coin from 2001 might look like just 2 pence to most people. But what if I told you that hidden in this small copper piece is a shocking history, a rare connection between two worlds, and a value collectors would fight to own? Stay with me, because this is not just about a coin. It is about a forgotten piece of rare American coin legend that will blow your mind. In the world of rare coin collecting, few things catch the attention of numismatists more than a coin that seems out of place. A coin that appears to be foreign, yet has somehow found its way into the heart of American currency discussions. Today, we will dive into one such mysterious coin, the 2-pence coin from the year 2001, which is not just an ordinary coin from the United Kingdom, but also a strange visitor in the vast realm of rare American coin circulation. The year 2001 marked the continuation of the decimal era of British coinage, a time when the Royal Mint in the United Kingdom was still producing a variety of coins that reflected British heritage, history, and symbolism. The 2-pence coin, commonly made from copper-plated steel, was designed with the badge of the Prince of Wales, 3 ostrich feathers, encircled by a coronet with the German motto Ich diene, meaning I serve. On the reverse side, the obverse side, featured the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This coin was never intended to be a part of American coinage or circulation. Yet somehow it has become a topic of intrigue among American coin collectors, historians, and enthusiasts. The story begins with the simple question, how did a 2001 British 2-pence coin become relevant in American coin circles? The answer lies in a fascinating mix of coin, errors, international mint, Mistakes, circulation, oddities, and the collector market for unusual pieces over the years. American collectors have developed a keen eye for anything that deviates from the norm, whether it be double die errors, off-center, strikes, plancher issues, or foreign coins that mysteriously appear in rolls of American currency in the early 2000s. Particularly after the events of 9/11, there was a significant increase in transatlantic travel between the United Kingdom and the United States, both for business and personal reasons. With the movement of people came the movement of their belongings, including loose coins that were unknowingly spent, exchanged, or deposited into machines that did not filter foreign currency properly. Some of these British coins, especially the smaller denominations like the 1 penny and 2 pence, slipped through unnoticed and made their way into American coin rolls vending machines and even bank deposits. From there, they entered the realm of American collectors, who were quick to notice the strange presence of a non-American coin in their change. This unusual phenomenon led many collectors to take a closer look at the British 2-pence coins, particularly those minted in 2001, which was a relatively high mintage year. Yet the coins showing up in America often had unique features that made them even more valuable. Among these were signs of machine doubling minor misstrikes, or even unusual toning caused by exposure to different climates and environmental conditions. In some rare cases, these coins were mistakenly struck on incorrect planchets intended for other denominations or other nations, which increased their numismatic value exponentially. Now let us take a deeper look into the design and technical specifications of the 2001 2-pence coin. The coin has a diameter of 25.9 millimeters and weighs 7.12 grams. It is round with a smooth edge, and its copper-plated steel composition gives it a distinct reddish-brown appearance, though this can change over time due to oxidation or wear the reverse design. The badge of the Prince of Wales has been a feature of the 2-pence coin since its introduction in 1971 under the decimalization reforms. However, the 2001 coin represents a later period in British minting one, where the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II had matured significantly, as depicted by Ian Rank Broadley, whose initials appear below the neckline of the monarch. The popularity of this design among collectors stems from its balance of regal symbolism and clean presentation. Now, when one of these coins ends up in American hands, it becomes something more than a British 2-pence. It becomes a talking point, a collectible, and in some cases, a highly prized error coin, particularly if it shows any anomaly. Collectors have reported finding 2-pence coins with clipped planchets off-center strikes and broad-struck features in rolls of U.S. coins. Sometimes these appear alongside Lincoln pennies or Jefferson nickels, raising even more questions about how they got there. In recent years, coin shows and online auctions have seen a rise in demand for these strange crossover coins that were never meant to be in America but found their way into U.S. circulation regardless. For some collectors, the story is what gives the coin its true value. The idea that this little piece of British currency traveled thousands of miles, slipped into a roll of U.S. coins, and was discovered by a sharp-eyed collector years later is worth far more than the face value of 2-pence. It becomes a testament to the unpredictability of coin circulation and the global nature of modern numismatics, while the Royal Mint of the United Kingdom has no official record of exporting these coins for circulation in America. There is enough anecdotal and circumstantial evidence to suggest that they did arrive in significant numbers, primarily through private means. Once in America, their journey continued through pockets, drawers, tills, and change jars until a curious collector stumbled upon them. In many ways, the 2001 2-pence coin has come to represent a bridge between two great numismatic traditions, the rich imperial history of British coinage and the democratic experimental spirit of American coins. Both nations have long and storied relationships with coins, symbols, monarchs, liberty, and national pride, all etched into small pieces of metal that carry stories far beyond their size. As we continue to explore the presence of these coins in America, we must also consider the role of error collectors and modern technology in tracking and verifying such anomalies. With the advent of social media, digital auctions, and coin grading services such as PCGS and NGC, more and more of these coins are being certified and sold as rare foreign anomalies in American rolls. Their prices vary widely depending on condition, error type, and provenance, with some fetching anywhere from $10 to over $100 for particularly rare examples. Now let us not forget that the year 2001 was also significant for other reasons, which adds a historical layer to the presence of this coin in America. It was a year of major world events, economic shifts, and global changes. A coin minted in that year carries with it the weight of its time and the memories of a world in transition. The fact that this 2-pence coin has now become part of American coin history is a reflection of how even the most ordinary objects can take on extraordinary meaning with time and context. So the next time you come across a coin that looks unfamiliar or out of place, remember that it might just be the beginning of a great numismatic story. Perhaps even one that connects continents. Collectors are always encouraged to keep an open mind. Examine every coin carefully and learn the stories behind the metal, because in the world of rare coins, every piece has a journey, and every journey adds value to the collector and to the history of money itself. This 1941 Jefferson nickel might look like just another old coin, but behind its worn surface lies a powerful story of wartime America, hidden mint errors, rare metallic secrets, and collector mysteries that have stunned numismatists for decades. What makes this coin from the early 40s so valuable, so unique, and so historically important is not just its age, but the hidden details that can turn a 5-cent piece into a fortune. And today, we are going deep into every aspect of the 1941 Jefferson nickel, from its silent wartime background to every mint-mark rarity, every metal composition twist, every high-grade auction shocker, and every secret that only the most serious collectors know. So if you think you know the Jefferson nickel, think again, because the 1941 edition is a hidden treasure waiting to be revealed. In the heart of American numismatic history, the 1941 Jefferson nickel stands tall as a symbol of a time when the United States was on the brink of war, yet still rooted in the foundations of peace and production. This 5-cent coin, minted during the early days of the 1940s, carries a rich and compelling narrative that bridges artistry, economy, and the emergence of global conflict. It is more than a coin. It is a preserved chapter of American heritage. We begin by examining the origins of the Jefferson nickel itself, first introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel. This new design was born out of a public competition. The winning entry, by artist Felix Schlag, was chosen for its clean, detailed depiction of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his home Monticello on the reverse, a decision that ushered in a new era of coinage design and national symbolism. The 1941 Jefferson nickel was minted at 3 major facilities: the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint, each producing millions of coins, but with their own unique characteristics. Starting with the Philadelphia Mint, which produced over 203 million coins, these coins bear no mint mark and are considered the most common of the 3. However, not all Philadelphia nickels are equal. The quality of strike and the preservation of the Monticello steps on the reverse side, known as full steps, is a key factor in determining rarity and value. The Denver Mint contributed approximately 53 million coins, and these carry the D mint mark located on the reverse to the right of Monticello. Although the mintage is lower than Philadelphia, the Denver nickels are often plagued by weak strikes, which makes finding a high-grade full steps 1941 D nickel a challenging and rewarding pursuit for collectors. The San Francisco Mint produced nearly 43 million coins, marked with an S again on the reverse side. These coins often have a softer strike, and many examples show signs of die fatigue or overuse of dies, which can create minor doubling or other anomalies. Again, full steps varieties are particularly rare for the 1941 S issue. and can command high premiums, especially in uncirculated condition. Collectors and historians alike value the 1941 Jefferson nickel not just for its artistic representation or its mint origins, but for the context in which it was struck. America was inching closer to entering World War II. Tensions were rising, and in just a year, the nation would find itself deeply embroiled in the global conflict. The nickel became a daily piece of wartime life, a tool for trade and survival, and eventually a reflection of the national shift in metal usage as nickel was redirected for military purposes just a year later in 1942. The composition of the 1941 nickel is 75% copper and 25% nickel, a standard mix for the series, but the coming years would see drastic changes in this formula due to the war effort. So in many ways, the 1941 coin marks the end of the pre-war standard era for Jefferson nickels. It is the final issue before wartime composition adjustments began, and that makes it historically significant. Errors and varieties add further intrigue to the 1941 Jefferson nickel series. One of the most sought after is the double die reverse variety. Though rare, it can be identified by doubling on the lettering around Monticello and the words 5 cents. Such coins are extremely valuable, especially in mint state condition. With full steps, another variety to look out for is the repunched mint mark, where the D or S has been stamped more than once, often at a slight angle, creating a shadow effect. This occurs when the mint mark punch was misaligned or reapplied manually. Die cracks, cuds, lamination errors, and off-center strikes also exist for this year, and these errors can range from minor curiosities to highly desirable pieces, depending on their visibility and impact on the design. Collectors must be diligent in inspecting both sides of the coin under magnification to catch these subtle but important differences. Grading is a crucial aspect of the Jefferson nickel market, and for the 1941 issue, the condition of the coin heavily influences its value. Coins are graded from poor to mint state 70, but in reality, most circulated 1941 nickels fall between very fine and extremely fine. However, uncirculated coins, especially those with strong luster, no contact marks and full steps, are rare and prized. The full steps designation means the steps leading up to Monticello are completely struck and show no breaks or merges. This detail is difficult to achieve due to the depth and fine lines of the original die design. Auction records show how valuable a 1941 Jefferson nickel can be when in pristine condition. For instance, a 1941 D nickel graded MS67 with full steps can sell for several $1,000s, while a similar 1941 S coin with full steps in MS66 can also fetch impressive prices. The scarcity of high-quality coins from this year, particularly from the branch mints, adds to their desirability. In addition to individual coin grading sets of Jefferson nickels from the early years, including 1941, are often collected together by date and mint mark. These sets allow collectors to observe the subtle differences in strike die wear and design evolution over time. Some enthusiasts even attempt to assemble full steps, sets a difficult but rewarding challenge. Authentication is critical, especially when dealing with high-value specimens, as counterfeiters have been known to alter nickels by adding mint marks or polishing steps to simulate the full steps designation. Professional third-party grading services like PCGS and NGC offer reliable authentication and encapsulation services that preserve and verify the value of each coin. The legacy of the 1941 Jefferson nickel is deeply connected to American identity, with Thomas Jefferson a founding father, and the author of the Declaration of Independence on the obverse, and Monticello his iconic Virginia home on the reverse. The coin reminds us of the intellectual and architectural contributions of Jefferson to the fabric of the nation. The design has remained largely unchanged since its inception, a testament to its timeless appeal. In modern times, the Jefferson nickel series has evolved, but the early coins, including the 1941 issue, remain foundational to understanding the development of American coinage. They offer insights into mid-century minting techniques, economic conditions, and cultural values. From their massive circulation to their place in wartime pocketbooks, the 1941 nickels have touched millions of lives and continue to do so through collecting and education. Investors also find interest in the 1941 Jefferson nickel, particularly high-grade examples which have shown consistent appreciation over time, while not as flashy as gold or silver coins. Rare nickels offer stability and historical interest that appeals to a wide range of buyers assembling a collection of early Jefferson nickels in full steps. Condition is a long-term investment that preserves wealth while connecting to American heritage. Public interest in coins like the 1941 nickel is also fueled by online communities. Coin shows numismatic publications and social media groups where collectors share discoveries, trade insights, and celebrate finds. The accessibility of information today allows new collectors to enter the hobby with confidence and knowledge, deepening the appreciation for coins that were once just spare change in the American pocket. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist, a new collector, or simply curious about American history, the 1941 Jefferson nickel offers a compelling journey through design minting errors, economics, and patriotism. It is a small metal disc with a story that spans centuries, shaped by the hands of artists, struck by machines of war-era mints, and passed from generation to generation as a quiet but enduring symbol of the United States. In conclusion, the 1941 Jefferson nickel is more than a coin. It is a legacy piece, a link to a time before the storm of global conflict, a testament to American creativity and precision, and a challenge for collectors who seek perfection within the smallest details, from Philadelphia to Denver to San Francisco. This humble nickel stands the test of time and will continue to fascinate, inspire, and educate as long as collectors care to look beyond the surface and into the heart of American coinage.